Hello, everybody. You're watching Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. I am your host, Edward S. Redcar, and with me today, I'm talking with Darwin Reina, the director of both the Love and Hope International Film Festival in Barcelona and the North Film Festival in Stockholm, Sweden, that is going to be about a month from now, a week shy, but about a month from now on February 23 and 24, 2023. And welcome to my show, Darwin. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Mr. Edward. Thank you for having me on your show. It's an
Oh,
honor for me.
oh,
I've been
thank,
following
th
your show.
yeah, thank you for accepting my invitation. It's an honor and pleasure to have you on here. And we've met and talked and done things in person in Barcelona. We'll be doing the same thing next month in Stockholm. But for today, we'll have to settle on having fun virtually. How does that sound?
Sounds fantastic, my
Okay,
friend. Huh? We do it personally and also virtually, right?
that's right.
So it's a beautiful thing.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. You're, actor, producer, filmmaker, director, director of two film festivals. Absolutely amazing. Um, what I usually start asking my guests is how they got into what they are doing today. So I'll ask you the same question. How did you first in your life, how did you first get into acting and directing, producing, filmmaking? How did it all start with you?
Pretty simple. I started acting because I have this feeling since I was small. So I like to I like to act since a very young age.
Right, right.
So I started acting in New York, actually. Yeah, well, Spain, New York, yes. It was a fantastic period, very difficult because
Mm,
an actor, you as well, you know how actors we suffer.
definitely,
It's not easy.
definitely.
So I get beat down a little bit because I went to many auditions and nothing worked. It's a very difficult
Mm-hmm,
profession, actually. So
mm-hmm.
I say, you know what? I gotta start directing myself
Ah,
and
okay,
become a director. But that
okay.
happens, that happens to many frustrated actors. We turn into directors. So I say I'm gonna start directing myself, and then I figure out when I start directing, not really good stuff. I'm still learning. This is an indie process.
Right, right.
I realized that it was hard to direct and act. It's
Yes,
not really that easy. So
yes,
I
yes.
say, okay, no, this is not possible. So I need to focus on directing better. So I started directing a small stuff, helping in many projects. I do a lot of background back in the US. I study also in New York, in Los Angeles as well, in London.
Okay,
Try to educate myself. But the whole point of what I'm doing now is because I was a frustrated actor, absolutely. So I decided to direct, like I told you, try to direct myself, but I figured out that it was difficult, and then my career started more targeting the directional, director
right, right,
side.
right, right.
So, yeah, basically that's how I get. And then I started traveling to many festivals. I mean, I haven't been traveling all festival, but I've been traveling quite a lot. Very top-notch festivals, also very humble festivals. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the
Right,
same. Every festival is pretty much the same, but one have money, the other festival doesn't have money, but it's actually the same language, it's
right,
films.
right. Yeah.
So whether it's a big festival, Cancer, or I don't know, or Salerno, Italy, is the same spirit, it's filmmakers, you show your film. And then I decide that I start I start going to those small festivals and then start seeing a little bit of things that wasn't that right to do. So I say, okay, maybe I should do a festival and do what filmmakers like.
Right,
So
right.
which means to exposure your film. Many festivals they select your film and you don't even know. You don't appear in one website. They
Oh,
don't share your poster in social media. It's kind of very strange. So because we are we are artists, right, Mr. Edward? We are
Oh, right.
insecure
Definitely.
people.
Definitely.
So we want to have this feeling of that they care about us, you know. So I saw this in many festivals and I said, no, you know what, I can do, you know, I used to go to festivals, they didn't have a badge, which is very important as for filmmakers, you know, to have this kind of that we belong, you know, in that festival for this period of time, you know. All this kind of stuff give us that feeling, which a lot of the small festivals don't do this. You know, Q&As or interviews outside the venue, but a lot of festivals missing all this stuff, you know, more like make it kind of familiar, you know what I mean? The festival has to
Yeah.
be, many directors is like they are over there and you just see them like far, far away.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I mean as a director of the festival. You are my friend, Mr. Edward. You
Yes.
don't look at me as a filmmaker, you know, I'm not a festival director. Well,
Yeah.
I direct the festival, I'm still a filmmaker. That's my first
Right. Right. Right.
passion.
You're right.
So, and that's what I'm doing now. So I've been already doing 5 festivals in the last 4 years.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and this is
That's
gonna
quite
be
an
my
accomplishment.
yes, and then Barcelona this year as well is gonna
Oh,
be yeah.
Barcelona. I can't say enough about Barcelona. Well,
It was a good time, sir.
I could say a lot about Barcelona, but I take up all your time, so I'll just sit here and listen to you tell about it.
So, and then Mr. Elba, yeah, that's how I end up now. You know, I like to direct the festival. I like to make people feel good. You know, it's not easy because, you know, at the end of the day, you can't please everyone. You know
Right.
that,
Oh,
Mr.
true. That's true.
You know, it is true. So it will be people who likes my festival, other people will not like my festivals, and that's the way it is. And you know, just let it go with the flow, you know,
That's right.
because that's life.
Yeah.
Some people like
Well,
you, other
yeah.
people won't like you. Period.
Well, like they always say, you can't please everybody, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So, but I still want to direct. Yes, my heart is always more in the
Mm-hmm.
so director.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
my profession.
Yeah.
And it's been a good ride to have the festival, so many good, interesting people
Oh,
meeting.
yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
yes, I don't want to take your questions away. You can continue, Mr.
It's good to create your own content because then you make your own work, right? You don't have to depend on anybody else.
That is correct. That
Yeah. Yeah.
is absolutely correct. And now we have the tools, huh?
Ah,
To
that's right.
do all
Yeah.
this.
Zoom. We got the Zoom here
Zoom,
and
you have your cameras. Now
yeah,
you
we
can
got a
have a
little,
nice
yeah.
camera. Yes, a nice camera for a good price, which
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
the days it was impossible, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You got software now. We all have access to software, which back in the days it was only for the big studios, you know.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
use it now, Mr. Edward. Like I mean, I use a lot of software, you know, because I'm filmmaker and I like to get to know about it. But we're using, like, for example, a Cinema 4D, which back in the days it was only for the top studios, you know. And
Yeah.
now we access to this kind of software, you know, After
Right.
Effects and all.
Right. Right.
You know, Maya is there for anybody, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is a great era, right?
Right. Right.
It's a good
Yeah.
age for
Yeah.
for
Or even like I was talking about software and things like that. Even when we've been chatting back and forth these last however many weeks or whatever, I showed you the software that I use for this show here, and like you were saying, software like that years ago, we wouldn't even have the privilege of using it, you know?
That is correct. That is
Yeah, yeah.
correct. So we're living in a good age to
Oh,
create.
definitely, definitely, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Well, now that I've got my first question out of the way to how you got into all this magnificent career that we're all privileged to be a part of. I have to go to my cheat sheet. I can remember these questions, but every once in a while I have to refresh my memory. So I'm cheating here. So uh, the second question I have to ask you is that since you are in directing and producing and making films, um, so then you've always been more interested in that in acting, or like you said, probably it's a byproduct of the difficulty that you found in getting roles in acting? More
Yeah,
than
I
what?
think it was the acting part, which was my passion, but then I
Okay.
get burned out,
Yes.
because I
Oh,
did a lot of auditions back in New York.
oh, yes, yes,
A
yes,
lot, my friend.
yes.
It was, I was part of good movies actually, but I like a background. You know what a background is, like an extra.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I see the process of those B movies, this movie making, which is basically the same, Mr. Edward, to what we do, only that they have the budget. So they
Yeah.
have more people, they
Yes.
have money to create, they have money for cameras, they have money for lenses, but they have a lot of collaboration around it, which helps to make a perfect movie.
Oh, yeah.
When you have so many ideas, because it's true, this is a collaborative
Oh,
uh,
yes. Oh, definitely.
process. So the more people you have involved in a movie,
Hmm.
the better it's gonna be. Honestly, it's the truth. James Cameron, he got like 200 people behind him.
Wow.
So many ideas, refreshing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we can be smart, but the truth is that
Right,
the
right.
bigger the team is good.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So yes, I was passionate about acting, but I get burned out. I think acting is nice. Yeah, definitely, it's very hard. It's difficult. I mean, you're an actor, Mr. Ella. You know
Yeah,
better than me.
yeah, yeah,
Eh,
yeah, yeah.
so I like so, and then I switched to be a director. So it's also good to act before you directing, because you understand how to approach an
Right,
actor.
right, 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 right. Yeah, you have
How to let the
yeah.
actor free. So, but definitely, I can tell you, right, my background was definitely acting, and then
Hmm.
we have this
Right, right.
transition during
Yeah.
this
I
period.
know talking about having to talk acting background like you mentioned, a lot of times younger artists will ask me about how do I get into, especially how do I get into films? It's like they skip like the stage and they want to be right into films.
Yeah, this is a human thing, don't you think
Yeah.
so? We want things faster. We think we're gonna learn a language in 1 month, and I'm gonna take like 2 weeks off, and then I'm gonna start like 2 weeks French, and I'm gonna learn the whole French in two
Right,
weeks.
right,
That's
right,
the
right.
mentality of we're gonna learn how to make a perfect movie, and
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, you're right in that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know um you were talking about your upbringing in acting and living in New York City and everything like that. And on your Facebook page, in your about info on your Facebook profile, I noticed that you mentioned going to a DeWitt Clinton High School in the Bronx, and uh, when you were in the high school, were you involved in any theater productions? Did you act in them, or were you involved like in the behind the scenes directing? How involved were you, in theater in high school?
I was involved in theater because also I like theater. I get it from there. I can tell you. I mean, I did before when I was smaller than when I
Oh,
was in high
okay,
school.
okay.
But yeah, I started doing theater there, and I really like it. That's where I get it, the passion. Which after when I started in New York, I mean, when in New York is place for theater,
Oh, yeah,
Los Angeles for movies, New York is for theater.
definitely,
So I did a lot of theater in New York back in my early ages. which I mean, I don't want to talk about my age now, but that was quite
Well,
long, you know.
well, I won't talk about my age either. How about that? You don't talk about yours, I won't
You
talk
look
about
young,
mine.
Mr. Buddy. You look very young, so you're good.
Well,
So yes,
thank you very much. You just made my day complete by hearing that. Thank you.
so yes, theater. Theater is fun. I mean, if I have the chance, I will do theater again. Definitely,
Mhm.
it's so much fun doing theater. It just it's way different. You know, you
Oh,
can.
yes, 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 yes.
You know, I mean, I guess you've been doing theater as well. It's another world. I mean, it's the
Oh,
same, but
definitely,
you know,
definitely.
you repeat, you do the same thing over and over again. You know,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
in the
yeah.
movie this period, this short period of one scene, then they give you probably 1 hour to do those takes, and that's
Right,
it.
right, right.
But with theater, you go the next day and you
Yep.
rehearse the whole day,
Hmm.
and you go to the next, you know, to the same play. In other words, until it
Yes,
is.
yeah, 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 yeah. And not only that, but the difference between theater and film is like which you would probably agree that like in theater, all of your emotions are a lot bigger. Of course, you have to project your voice. In film, everything has to be smaller, come from the eyes. You can't move around too
Uh-huh.
much. And yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Bend
yeah, it's
down, you know, bend down, let's fake it, move this side now. In film, you know, it's like you are a robot. They
that's
move
right.
you, you know,
Yeah,
turn
yeah,
your face a little bit like this, stay there, yeah. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah, in theater
yeah.
is you're more free, I think. You can really express, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So you don't really I mean, it's the same theater and acting, of course, you know. I mean, the greatest actors they come from the theater era, right? Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Marlon Brando and all these
Oh gosh, yes.
huge this they do theater at the beginning of their careers,
Oh
and
yes, yes.
Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, all these great actors, you know.
They're like the acting gods. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, you know?
Yeah, but you know, they start with the theater, so the theater is a
Oh
really good
yeah.
foundation
Oh
as
yeah.
you to
Yeah.
to the.
Yeah. And taking a step further about what you talked about acting on films, like in films, like you were saying, theater, you do it over and over and over again. Films, you might have what sometimes maybe if you have one line in a scene and they want to get different angles, they'll want to see you act it straight on or from this side or from that side, and that's repeating your line like three different times, but I guess they want to see which angle probably looks best in the movie and how everything fits together.
Yeah, correct. So it's kind of mechanical. I mean, I filming is you have to be mechanical, you know,
Oh,
because
yes. Oh, totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
these movies going, you do it only once, so you have to
Right.
be very mechanical to make it
Right. Right.
perfect, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
So since you did a lot of got a lot of your acting and every other kind of experience in high school, uh, um, when you went after high school, you went on to uh, a Monroe College in the also in the Bronx, and um, I read that you studied theater arts. And again, I'll ask you the same question in Monroe College. Did you act on stage at the college, or were you more involved with the behind the scenes, the directing, the producing, or was it like a mixture of both?
No, it was I was an actor on the
Okay,
stage.
okay.
Did a lot of acting on the stage. It's fun, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
theater
yeah.
is so much fun. You know, I missed it. It's one of the things I miss. You know,
Oh,
of
definitely, definitely.
yeah, it's how you improvise. You know, I remember we were doing like exercises where we were supposed to say our lines, but in a different language that nobody understand each other. You know,
Oh,
but that
okay,
was like
okay.
you know this kind of training that I learned from Michael from the teachers back in the days.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
oh, it's screaming lines. You know, like you scream saying your lines. You know, but so many. Very if theater is fun.
It is, it
It's
is.
good times.
It is, and it seems like in theater, uh, like I know years and years ago, I did a few seasons of summer stock theater, and we rehearsed maybe for about what, maybe 1 week or maybe 2 weeks at the most, and then that was like for like a 4 week run during the summer,
Mhm.
and it seems like everybody became like a family, and it's like the rehearsal weeks plus the performance weeks,
Mhm.
everybody gelled and became a family. And at the end, before you had the cast party at the end, it's like it you felt like you knew them all your life, and you were so sad that everybody had to separate again.
Right? Yeah, this, now that you mentioned that, that's also what happens in festivals when when you still like
Yes.
5 days, 7 days. You have this when you left, you have this like this empty feeling, for
Yes.
a while.
Oh, yes,
Later it
definitely.
disappears, but I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me when I go to festivals.
Oh, yes.
This
Oh, yes.
this great
Yes.
time that you have, and
Yes. Well, just like your festival that I was privileged and fortunate enough to be able to attend there, it was 1 week, but it's like at the end of that week, I never knew you before. I never knew Steven or Deborah or Marissa or Flora or,
yeah,
well, too many.
Bilal,
Yeah,
remember Nela.
yes, yeah, too many. I mean, too many people for me to list here, but yeah, it's like at the end of that week, it felt like I knew all of you all my life, and it's like all that connection was like condensed in 1 week, and was like just like uh, it felt like it was a longer period than 1 week. That's how much I felt I got to know all of you, that well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great time. I made wonderful
Oh,
folks
yes,
like you,
yeah. And and I
Barcelona.
and I know it's going to be that way in Stockholm too. I know I'm going to have just as good a time, if not even better, in Stockholm. That's going to be absolutely amazing. So
Yes.
I can't wait to see Sweden, and I can't wait to see all of you again.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna love it. Yeah, bring your jackets, huh?
oh,
You,
you
I mean, you're
know,
from New York, so you're from New
yeah.
York
Well,
State.
I'm going to leave a jacket like this home, but of course I'll bring the jacket for the festivities. But no,
Mhm.
definitely the heavier jacket when I go from the inside to the outside. Definitely that'll be the first thing that I pack into my suitcase before I leave is that heavy jacket. Believe me.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Moving on after your experiences in high school and Monroe College. Um, I've noticed on YouTube, and I've been privileged to be in scenes with you um, uh, at the Muscle Beach where you were working out and everything like that. And I also noticed on your YouTube channel that you have like a lot of workout videos, both, when we were in California, Santa Monica, Venice Beach. You have videos working out at a facility, what was it, Stockholm, Los
Mhm.
Angeles. And I just want to ask you, how long have you been practicing working out? And how did you decide to start working out? What made you decide that you wanted to work out and work out that way?
Well, yeah, when I want to be muscular, so that was one of the first objectives. I want to feel muscular. So I've been working out on and off, unfortunately, not very good discipline in this since I was very small. 16 probably. I started from that I was 16, and I'm still doing it now. I don't do it as often I wish I could,
Yeah,
because
as do
now
us all. Right. Go ahead.
uh, now I have to I always force myself to go to a gym or run or do push-ups. I mean, I guess everybody has to force on that part
Oh,
because we are
yes.
humans. We like to
Yeah.
be sitting in this church and having the nice beer and the nice nachos. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the best. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we want. You know,
Right, right, right.
this how do you call a comfort zone?
Oh,
It's
yes.
normal.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
human thing. You
Yeah.
know.
But bust out of the comfort zone. Right, right.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, to go to the gym, I still like it. You know, I still hoping to grow more muscular. You know,
Mhm.
but uh, but I gotta force myself every time I go to the gym.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
never, I cannot tell you there's a day that I say, today I want to go to the gym. No, it's like, you know, this process in your mind first, okay, what time I should go, you know, so it's hard. You know, I really, these people who's really into this, because this is another industry, right?
Oh,
It's
yes.
another industry of people who work out, you know, and have those beautiful bodies. I mean, it requires work.
Oh,
It's
naturally.
like acting, you know, it's like everything, Edward. You
That's
know
right.
better.
That's right. I've
You know,
always
it's like
thought, yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
watching boxing last Saturday, you know, and this I don't remember what was the name of this boxer, and he said, you know, anybody can be a boxer if they put themselves in the work.
Right, right,
If
right,
you're a waiter, if you're a bank teller, but if you do the work, you can definitely be a boxer. And yeah, it's absolutely, if you know, if you go and punch the bag, you know, every single day, you know, you train, you can be there. Yeah, he's right. But you gotta put the work, and
that's
that's the
right.
hardest part, you know that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Just like in acting, if you don't keep like auditioning and like even practicing on your own, it's like a physical muscle. The physical muscle gets smaller, but you have to keep working out to maintain that muscle. And I always refer to acting as like the acting engine. You have to feed that acting engine with something to keep it chugging on the tracks, to keep it going,
Mhm.
you know, towards where you want to go in life with your acting. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's life.
That's right.
It's not
That's
easy.
right.
Everything
That's right.
requires work and work, you know, and trying to get better. And we
That's right.
humans, we lazy.
I know.
I consider myself lazy,
I'll
you
admit it
know.
myself, just like you know, I'm lazy and I've gotta, you know, pick myself by my bootstrap and say, oh, come on, let's do this now, you know,
Mhm.
and then once you get going, then it gets easier and it's like, well, gee, what was the problem that I didn't feel like doing this, but your mind gets into that mood and then it's okay. It's okay after that. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, that's my answer for you.
Okay, okay. No, I found that interesting about your videos, and I was also looking on your Facebook page, and because I mean you do so many different things that it's like I felt like a kid in a candy store. I says, what am I going to find interesting next on about Darwin? You know, so I kept reading and reading and reading, and on your Facebook page you mentioned that. In Barcelona, Spain, that you're the CEO and founder of um, D DRTV Productions, and uh, I was wondering, is that production company uh, the um, the vehicle uh, with which you work through to produce your films? That production company in Barcelona?
Yeah, that's the one I found a long time ago. I have two. I have this one and I have Rodartin Productions, Producciones in Spanish. So, but most of my things I do it through DRTV production, yes. But
Hmm.
now I'm toward more to the Rodartin, which is my other company with Rodrigo. You know Rodrigo? I
Oh
think you met
yes,
him
oh yes, yes.
in Barcelona. Yes, cool, very cool partner.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so, but yeah, I try to combine them. So yeah, I have done most of my films, which is I have done a lot of short films, and I'm working actually my feature film, which is something that when I get you involved, I already told you about that,
Oh yes, definitely.
which
Yeah.
is probably Nicaragua or Barcelona,
Yes,
where
yes,
we're
yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah, it sounds
So
amazing and awesome. Yes, yeah. Yeah.
yes, that's my company plus Rodartin, yes, and is the company we're gonna do my feature film
Okay.
in Nicaragua.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, it's my baby. It's a old one. So I've been
Well, yeah.
doing it for short films basically, and producing a few things, few video clips I've done
Okay.
in films, and yeah, we keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good thing about you being involved in those two production companies, because like we were saying before, that in this business, uh, you can't. It's a good thing to create your own content so that you can do what you want to do, and you've done exactly that with your production company and directing and producing and filmmaking and things like that. So yeah, today's world, it's a necessity,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
correct.
especially in today's world. Yeah, yeah. So along with that, um, going back to film festivals. Um, I interviewed Stephen Wilbur, our
The
brother
gray
Steve,
Wilbur.
our brother Stephen.
The gray Wilbur, huh?
Yes, let me emphasize that the Great Wilbur. He even has an Instagram named the Great Wilbur. So
Right? Yeah, yeah,
I even
exactly.
made sure that I put that in the closing credits of my interview with him the other day. So on my closing credits on my talk show, it says the Great Wilbur. So I made sure that that was in there along with his photos. So uh, he's
Right.
he's well publicized. So but anyway, talking about Stephen, when I interviewed him, he was mentioning that let's see that both of you wanted to take a film festival from Florida and move it to Las Vegas. And I was just wondering, um, what was your reason for wanting to take that film festival to Florida and move it to Las Vegas?
Because of Tamia. Do you know Tamia? You met Tamia, right? In
Oh yeah.
Barcelona.
Oh God, yes, I'm good friends with her
Yeah.
too.
So
Oh
she showed
yes,
us
yeah.
a very nice venue for a very reasonable price.
Okay, okay.
And then we're like, because that's where we want to screen my film that I shot in Nicaragua with the Steven
Oh,
in the
okay.
middle of the trip to Delicias, the
Yes,
hotel.
yes, yeah. Oh yes, yeah.
So then she showed us this, and then we noticed that she was able to manage the venue pretty
Okay.
easy. So she had the contact, and then we said, yeah, we should do the festival there, because this is well, you are very very how do you say that, lucky, I guess, because this is the last year I do the festival in Stockholm. We are going to move the festival to New York. I think I told you, right?
Yes,
Or not?
yes. Now that you mention it, yeah,
Yes,
you did.
yes.
Right,
So
right.
we do it the last year here, and because we can make a role bigger in New York, I think,
Oh,
than here in
definitely.
Sweden.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely, New York City,
Oh gosh,
you
yes.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
So in my idea, don't steal my idea, Mr. Edward. Be
No, no,
careful
no,
with
no,
my
no.
idea.
No, no. It's strictly between you and I.
No, no.
It doesn't go any farther than these two Zoom screens. That's it. That's it.
So what I want to do is I want to have like the North Film Festival, right, which is already registered. Change it from city to city, or
Oh,
maybe 2 years in New York, and then we go to Vegas, and then from Vegas we go
oh,
to
wow.
Nicaragua. The same
Wow.
festival, like these tournaments, like the World Cup that is in
Yes.
different countries.
Yeah.
So we back to New York on the I give you the exclusive now. New York is gonna be the North Film Festival in New York is gonna be from November 8th to 11th, and we're gonna do we already booked the venue. We're gonna do in Harlem, in the Civic Center of Harlem.
Oh, that's
That's where we're gonna
awesome.
have the yeah. So I looking forward to see you also in New York this
Oh,
time.
yes,
Well, you're from New York
definitely.
State, so that's your home.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can
So
hop.
we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we finished this festival here in Sweden. That would be basically, maybe I will return. Well, I live here. I don't know. We'll see the destiny. The destiny will tell. But definitely, we want to have this in New York. And then we, after November, when the Northfield Festival in New York finished, we will decide if we keep in New York or we go to Vegas. You know. So I mean, I'm not a pro in making festival, but I'm learning, getting better. You know.
Yeah,
So I can definitely, I mean, like I'm humble. I'm not a pro, but I can definitely know how to run
right.
a festival in this moment. I will learn more, so
Oh,
I will get
yes.
better. But
Yeah.
definitely, I can pull off a nice festival in New York. So, and then
Mhm.
we have New York and Barcelona. You know, it's like this nice bridge. You know, between those
Yes,
two beautiful cities.
yes. Barcelona was magical last year. That was absolutely magical.
Yeah, I see you there all dressed up, Mr. Edward. I'm having a great time in the red carpet. You know, in the dinner. How was that dinner? It was nice, huh?
Oh, I'll tell you, I was just taking it all in. I mean, it was just like a dream. I mean, the dinner, the awards, the environment, how everything was decorated with the lights and the chairs and the tables and the
Yeah, you
oh,
saw that beautiful venue, huh? In this old castle. You
oh,
remember?
yeah, oh yeah, and the photo session that Magda had downstairs with the photo
Uh-huh.
session with everybody, and then when you came into that hotel, and it's just like the lobby opened up, and it was like a straight vision all the way up to the top of the roof with the windows, and it was like a dream. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it was good times there
Oh God, especially yes, and meeting in there
in
with
Barcelona.
everybody, seeing, uh, watching the award
Yeah,
ceremony and making friends with the people that I hadn't had a chance during the festival, because during the festival everybody was going their different ways, but that's when everybody came together, and I met people and
yeah,
talked to
right.
people there that I hadn't talked to in the few days before in the festival. So it was a great way to meet new friends. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Right, right. So yes, I'm glad you like him. Are you coming this September back to Barcelona?
I would
What do you
very
think?
much like to. I would very much like to. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna this September is gonna be even bigger. We're gonna have 7 days.
Oh, wow, 7 days. Wow,
Yeah.
that's going to be
So
fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then that'll give
So
an
yeah, I
opportunity. Yeah,
write it
for
down in your agenda and your planner. Make sure you have it there.
I've got my pen right here, and I'm going to write that down. Say the dates again, so
September
that everybody and
15,
me. What's that
September 5th,
again?
September 15th to 22nd.
Okay,
15
15
to 22nd.
to 22nd. It's not in pencil, it's in pen. So that's permanent in my in
And
my
yeah,
calendar.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, you know what I'll have to do? I'll have to book my flight now and get all of that out of the way, so I have all of my flight plans all set right now.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do all the time 'cause I pretty much travel during the whole year. So I try to get a cover faster, cheaper,
Oh,
and then that's
yes.
out of the way, like you
Yeah,
say. And
yeah.
then hotels, dinner, lunch, that's something you figure out in the
Yeah,
span,
yeah, yeah. But no, but like you were,
Yeah.
yeah, but like you were saying, like especially like with your flight plans, if you wait too long and you book your flights too close to when you want to go somewhere, it's like the prices just like almost jump like 200 or 300 American dollars every day. They just keep going up and up and up. And if you
Yeah.
don't get in there while the prices are down here and you wait at least even a day, they're going to be way up here. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's very true, what you were talking about. Yeah, yeah.
How was the flight ticket to Stockholm? Was it a good price? I guess, right? Pretty decent
Uh, the price is about the same as when I
to
came to
Barcelona.
Bar it might be a little bit more. There's a
Yeah.
few layovers. Like when I was in Barcelona, I had like one layover, but like to come to Stockholm, there's two layovers. Like most of the flights were like two layovers. There wasn't like a direct flight, but yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay. I'm gonna see you give you a big hack, huh? When I see you right here, Mr. Edward,
Are you kidding
in
me? Yes.
Stockholm.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be giving each other a big hug. We'll be toasted. We'll be toasting each
Exactly.
other like that. Only
Exactly.
it only probably won't be water like I'm drinking now. Well, and
No, I have
I
a,
want
such a good time with you
yeah, I wanted to be
in California.
yeah, yeah. I wanted to be proper today because I says, well, it wouldn't look good for a um talk show host to to like drink out of a bottle of water like this. So I says it looks better
Uh-huh.
like if I pour the water out of the bottle and put it in a cup. It looks a little bit better. So that's why I got my trusty coffee mug here. So
Right.
yeah, so.
So was a nice interview I saw with Catherine, right? Is the name of the girl you? What was her name? Kath?
Oh, yes. Catherine Louise Black.
Yes. Very nice
She,
interview. Like,
yes, yeah, oh, she was like an
you guys have
absolute,
fun there, huh? You guys have a blast there. You guys
oh,
were
well, yeah.
fire.
Oh, well, just like we're having now, having a blast. It's like like even before I started her, interview, and I think I mentioned to you too. I says I think of this interview is like two friends getting together at a table in a restaurant over a cup of coffee or something, and this camera just happens to be on. That's all. So it's like, just two friends talking together, and oh, it's like, yeah, well, just like you and I here today. I mean, had, like an absolutely awesome time. She told all about her background, how she got into acting and what she's done from there. And she's I'll tell you, she is an absolutely terrific actress. I mean, she's top notch. I
Mm.
mean, um,
Yeah, yeah. For
oh,
sure. How do you get her? How do you find her? How
well,
do you get? I mean, you know me, so
oh
but
yeah,
this is
yeah.
she's a top notch, so it's
Oh
difficult to get
yes, oh
this.
definitely. Yeah, right up. Well, I'll tell you, when the pandemic first started, I don't know if you ever heard of it in New York City. I don't know how long it's been in existence, but it's called the what is it? Alpha NYC Theater. I don't know if you ever heard of that or ever
Yeah,
seen
of course, of
yeah.
course.
And I guess before the pandemic, they used to do like live plays on the stage.
Mhm.
So during the pandemic, when everything shut down, uh, they totally went away from in-person stage and auditions, and it was totally online on Zoom. That's how I first learned about it. Um, I think I seen something advertised for it on backstage.com, the casting
Mhm.
call.
Yeah.
And so I tried out for it, and it was totally on Zoom. And my first production that I was in, I played, it was titled A Virtual Christmas Carol, and it was about Ebenezer Scrooge, the Christmas Carol story. And I played, of the three ghosts, I played the ghost of Christmas Present, where I was this holly jolly, friendly ghost. And she played there's this family of a sick little boy, and she played one of the daughters in the family. And so as the ghost of Christmas Present, I had to leave cranky Scrooge in his dream through all the periods in his life. And this one particular part in the play, I had him observe the family of the people that he was reluctant to give money to because their little boy was sick, and she played his sister. So that's how I
Mhm.
first got into contact with her. We've been in a lot of online things ever since, and we just friended each other on Instagram, Facebook, corresponded back with each other, and I mean now, like we were the best of friends. And so I approached her one time and I said, geez, I have a talk show. I says, would you be interested in being interviewed on my talk show? And she says, absolutely. And just they name the time and the day. And so I did that. And her interview was absolutely fantastic. it was it was just awesome talking to her, and which I know that from watching my film about it. So yeah, I can't say enough about her. She's like right up here. She's a very,
Mm.
very excellent, great actress. Yeah. So 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 long story probably made even longer. That's how I met her.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you,
Yeah, that's how things happen like that. So yeah, so
yeah, yeah,
um
exactly.
yeah,
Small world.
so I don't know. I guess I've run out of questions for you today. And it's
Those was a really good questions, my friend.
yes, yeah,
Keep
no,
it up.
and yes, and
Because when you come to Stockholm, I'm the one who's gonna interview you, right? I'm gonna
okay,
ask you questions about your
okay,
show.
that's a
So be
deal.
ready.
That that's a deal. That's a
Yes.
deal that we can shake on right here over the
So we
internet.
flip the coin, huh?
That's right. I'll give you a pound.
Yeah,
I can't feel the pound here,
exactly.
but we can do that when we see each other in person.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
back in the I mean, thank you for coming to my to my screening in Hermosa Beach. Remember?
Oh God. I mean, I had an absolute ball with that. I mean, with Gucci Sachi, I should
Gucci
say
Sachi. Remember Gucci
yes.
Sachi? Oh my God.
Gucci Gucci Sachi, and um, when I met both of you there at Venice Beach, and we did the
And
scene there.
Alessandro, you remember the Italian guy, Alessandro? You
Alessandro,
met him, right?
yes, Alessandro. Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we became good friends there. Really got to talk to him and meet him at the dinner after the sunscreen festival there down by the pier. And oh yeah, I mean, just like with you, I'm good friends with him now. We send
Hmm.
messages back and forth, Instagram. Just like you and I, we send voice messages back and forth, and
Right.
yeah, yeah, absolutely great. And I had an absolute
Because
ball.
you
Say that
were in
again?
the screening, right? And then you came to the Gala night as well in
Oh
Hermosa
yeah.
Beach.
Oh, the
We went to
sunscreen.
this Italian place, right? To eat
Yeah.
pizza. Were you with us, right?
Yes, I was. Yeah, at that gala after the sunscreen festival closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we even went to dinner. Yeah, at that Italian place. You and
Uh-huh.
I,
Yeah,
Gucci,
exactly.
Alessandro, and oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, Walter. Yeah, it was quite people there, huh? Yeah, it was fun.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
yeah, that was absolutely yeah. Then after the gala there, we were walking up the public way up there towards the restaurant. Remember, we were trying to find a restaurant. We were saying, "Geez, we're hungry. Where do we want to eat?" And this and that. And so then, yeah, we finally settled on this Italian restaurant, and geez, I don't know how long we stayed there, but it's like I don't think we wanted to
Yeah,
leave because we were enjoying each other's company so much. We kept talking, and yeah, that was absolutely yeah. So if there
exactly.
if there's a place in Stockholm like that, which I imagine there is, we'll all have to go there too, right?
Yeah, we try. Yeah, we try our best, right?
Oh
This
yeah,
is
definitely.
Stockholm.
That's right.
LA is,
That's
but that
right.
was tricky. It was tricky to find that place in Hermosa Beach. Remember,
It
everything was
was.
kind of closed.
It was. Yeah, we well,
Uh,
like I says, it took quite a while for us when we were walking around to try to find a place and kind of decide what good place there was to eat there. So yeah, yeah, but I'm glad we did find it because I mean they had enough room for all of us put all the tables together, sit around the tables. They had like a great Italian atmosphere, and
Yeah, remember?
oh
Correct.
yes, yeah, yeah. We ate to our heart's content. We toasted to our heart's content. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. So like I said, really looking forward to come to Stockholm and meeting all of you. And um, I've just run out of questions, unless you want to add a word more here before we say goodbye for a month.
Yeah.
So I'll
Well,
turn it over to you.
Edward,
Whatever you want to say before
yeah,
I exit us out of here. So yeah.
right. I think you're doing a great show, so you must keep going
Oh yes.
doing it.
Oh, I love
It
doing
will
this.
grow,
Yeah,
you know? It's
yeah.
gonna grow bigger and you will surprise. You have to keep going. That's the only thing you
I
need to
am.
do.
I am. I mean, I've got this
Mhm.
train started now. It's just straightforward down the tracks, you know. It's just chug, chug,
Exactly.
chug, 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 chug. So yeah,
That's correct.
yeah, yeah. I mean, thanks, for your compliments and nice words and support, and for being 100% supporting me. I'm 100% supporting you, and it's just a great relationship, friendship,
Yes.
relate, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, we got a few projects in New York in next year, the future film. Remember, I got this project that I want to do in New York with
Yes.
Gucci Sachi, with
Yes.
the
Yes.
which you're gonna be one of the mobsters Italians. Remember, I
Well,
told you that
I
you can
I
be
th- I
the
th- I think I could pull that off. You know, I
exactly.
think I could, maybe take the tie off and maybe kind of loosen the collar and sit there like the grandpapa kind of
Uh-huh,
overlook,
exactly.
kind
You can
of
pull it
looking over.
off, definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
kind of looking over what everybody's doing. Are you on the up and up? Are you being
Uh-huh.
honest? And take the glasses off.
Yes.
Take the glasses off for more effect. Things like that. So yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No problem.
Exactly.
No
So
problem at all.
you can
I'm your
do it. You can do it.
I'm your crime boss. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on my show here, and I'm so glad you graciously accepted my invitation to be on here, and thankful beyond words, and just glad that you shared all that you shared with us, your beginnings, what you did in the meantime, and what you're doing now with both festivals, and what you want to do in the future. And yes, thank you very much for being on my show today, Darwin, my brother. It's been an honor and a privilege.
Me too, Mr. Edward. Thank you for the wonderful questions, and I'm gonna see you soon in Stockholm,
Yes,
huh?
very much so. Yes, yes. Yes. So, everybody, I've been talking with Darwin Reina, actor, director, producer, filmmaker, director of two film festivals, the Love and Hope International Film Festival in Barcelona, Spain, the North Film Festival in Stockholm, Sweden, February 23 and 24, 2023, next month. So that's going to be another awesome festival, because I know it, because he's the director and he has a fantastic staff that works with him both there and Barcelona and everywhere else that he decides to take it. And I thank all of you for watching. And my name is Edward S. Redcar. I'm the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. And until the next time, when I see all of you, when I have another interesting guest to talk with and interview, I wish you a good day and a good week, a good month, a good year, and so long until next time.